You did it. You actually took the step we talked about. You started writing it all down, keeping that reality journal to capture every inconsistency, every lie. You began pulling your energy back. You stopped reacting to every jab, every provocation. You turned yourself into something they couldn't feed on. Boring, neutral, unreachable. You thought that by refusing to play, the storm would finally quiet down, that the drama would lose its fuel and fade. But instead, something terrifying happened. They didn't back off. They didn't get bored and leave. They detonated. The person who used to drip passive aggression is now screaming in your face, or they're collapsing into hysterical tears on the floor, calling you cold, heartless, a monster who never loved them. The intensity has gone nuclear. The air feels thick with danger. Everything feels unstable. And right now, deep in your gut, there's that sick, sinking dread. You're telling yourself you made a horrible mistake, that you pushed too far, that maybe you really are the problem, and your attempt at boundaries has only turned your life into a battlefield. Your body is shaking. Every instinct is screaming. Apologize, fix it, soothe them, anything to make the chaos stop. Stop. Breathe. Do not move. Do not apologize. Do not try to fix it. What you're witnessing is not failure. It's not proof that boundaries were a bad idea. This explosion has a name in behavioral psychology, an extinction burst. And here's the truth your fear doesn't want you to see. This escalation doesn't mean you're losing. It means you're winning. The old control system is cracking, and they're panicking. But this is also the most dangerous moment of your entire escape. This is where 99% of people break. The intensity becomes unbearable, so they cave just to make it stop. And in that moment of surrender, they accidentally teach the manipulator that next time, they'll need to scream louder, cry harder, threaten more to get what they want. You're standing on the edge of freedom, with the wind howling around you. One step backward, and you're back in the cage. One step forward, and you're out forever. Today, I'm handing you the armor you need to take that step forward. We're going to break down exactly what an extinction burst looks like, so you can watch it unfold like a scientist studying a predictable reaction instead of a victim trapped inside it. I'll show you why their behavior always gets worse right before it dies out. And most importantly, I'm going to give you one simple, devastatingly effective tool. Just 3 words that can shut down the escalation without a single argument, defense, or emotional outburst. If you're ready to stop being their emotional supply and start running your own life, stay with me. What comes next could change everything. Let's start with something you already understand on a gut level. Picture a vending machine. For 5 years, every single day, you've walked up, slid in $1, pressed the button for a Diet Coke, and without fail, a cold can drops into the slot. It's reliable. It's automatic. It works every time. Then one day, you put in your $1, press the button, and nothing. Silence. No clunk, no soda. What do? Do you calmly shrug and walk away? Of course not. First, you press the button again harder, then maybe 3 or 4 times fast. Click, 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 click. Still nothing. Frustration rises. You jiggle the coin return. You slap the side of the machine. You might shake it. You might even kick it and curse at this useless hunk of metal. That frantic escalation, the slapping, shaking, kicking, is the extinction burst. The old behavior, pressing the button, stops working, so the effort spikes dramatically before it finally quits. The brain panics. This always worked before. If I just do it harder, louder, more desperately, it'll work again. Now let's bring this home. To a narcissist or manipulator, you are the vending machine. And the soda? That's your emotional reaction, your attention, your energy, your distress. For years, every time they pushed your buttons, you delivered. They criticized, you defended. They guilt-tripped, you apologized. They stonewalled, you chased. They inserted the coin, and you reliably dropped the supply. But now, you've changed the rules. You're journaling. You're seeing the patterns. You're practicing gray rock. You've become dull, unresponsive, empty. You've taken their money and refused to dispense the product. So what are they doing now? They're pressing the button harder. they're shaking the machine. When they scream, send 50 frantic texts in an hour. Threaten to leave. Threaten to destroy your reputation. They aren't powerful in those moments. They're just desperately kicking the vending machine because the old system stopped working. They're trying everything to force you back into the familiar pattern of reacting. Here's the hard science that makes this moment so perilous. Behavioral psychology has proven that intermittent reinforcement creates the strongest addictions. It's why slot machines are impossible to quit. If they never paid, you'd walk away. If they paid every time, you'd lose interest. But random, unpredictable payouts? They keep you pulling the lever forever. If you crack now, if you finally react, because the screaming or crying became too much, you deliver the most powerful reward possible. A massive payout after a long drought. You teach their brain that ordinary button pushing no longer works, but full-blown rage, threats, or breakdowns, those get the jackpot. You don't just reset the cycle. You make it worse. You train them to escalate faster and harder next time. You turn a manipulative person into something far more dangerous. So, when the rage erupts, when the tears flow and the accusations cut deep, you must reframe it completely. Don't see genuine pain or justified anger. See a toddler on the supermarket floor, screaming for candy. It's loud. It's embarrassing. It's exhausting. But if you buy the candy to stop the tantrum, you guarantee an even bigger meltdown next time they want sugar. You have to let the burst burn itself out. Let them kick and shake the machine until they're spent. But how do you stand there, heart pounding, without collapsing or fighting back? That's where your armor comes in. There's one response so neutral, so slippery, that it gives them nothing to grab, yet it ends the confrontation faster than any argument ever could. 3 simple words: calm voice, flat expression, eye contact. I understand that. That's all. Let's see it in action. They scream, "You're the most selfish person alive. You never cared about me. You. I understand that." They threaten, "I'm going to tell everyone what you really are. Your secrets, everything. You. I understand that." They sob, "You're destroying us. How can you be so cruel?" You. I understand that. No but. No explanation. No apology. No tone shift. Just those 3 words. Why does this work so brutally well? Because it's acknowledgement without engagement. It's not agreement. It's not validation. It's not even empathy. It simply says, "I hear your words. I see your emotion, but I'm not stepping into the ring with you." To a manipulator, any real reaction is oxygen. Anger feeds them. Tears supercharge them. Defensiveness is their favorite meal. But I understand that is smoke. You can swing at it all day and never land a punch. There's no hook for the next accusation. No thread to pull you deeper into the fight. You're starving the fire. They'll try to provoke harder at first because that's the burst, but with no fuel, the flames die fast. The shouting fades. The texts slow. The machine stops shaking. The extinction burst ends because the cost is too high for zero reward. But don't drop your guard yet. This isn't the end of the war, just this battle. When rage and intimidation fail, they don't surrender. They pivot. Suddenly, the storm clears. They become sweet again, loving, remorseful. The person you fell in love with reappears, apologies, affection, promises that things will be different. This is hoovering. They're trying to vacuum you back into the cycle. And hoovering is far more dangerous than the burst. Rage repels you. Manufactured kindness reels you in. You need to know exactly how to spot a fake apology versus real accountability, because the difference is razor thin, but the consequences are everything. In the next video, I'm breaking down the 3 dead giveaways that an apology is just advanced manipulation, and how to protect yourself from getting pulled back in before it's too late. You don't want to survive the extinction burst only to fall for the Hoover and start this nightmare over. Hit subscribe, turn on notifications, stay vigilant. You're almost free.